Generally speaking, motor manufacturers don't like spending more money than they have to, which of course makes good business sense, but when it comes to developing new models by turning, say, a hatchback into a sedan or a sedan into a station wagon, the results aren't always as good as they should be, because those cars tend to be sort of adaptations rather than pure redesigns. Sometimes, though, they get it right. Like when, say, Opel turned their already very nice-looking Astra into a coupe. Rather than just deleting 2 doors and dropping the suspension, their engineers were allowed to start from scratch, and as a result, this car shares very little with the common or garden variety Astra. In fact, on the outside, it comes down to just 2 things, the mountings for the side mirrors and the aerial, which in the grand scheme of the car as a whole is pretty much nothing. From just about every angle, it looks more aggressive and more dynamic thanks to a design that is broader and more muscular. When it comes to the details, it's probably not a good idea to look at them individually because, let's be honest, things like a crease line around the door handle smack just a little bit of trying too hard. But when you look at the thing as a whole, it makes a very good impression. I guess it would be hard to mess up a 2-door version of what started life as an attractive hatchback, but Opel have outdone themselves with the GTC. It's not just a clever reinvention, it's a very good-looking car in its own right. This is one of 2 engine options available in the GTC, the other being a 1400 turbo with 103 kilowatts. This 1600 turbo puts out 132 kilowatts and 230 newton meters for a 0 to 100 time of 8.3 seconds and a top speed of 220 kilometers an hour. Now, Opel claim this car will give you a sporty drive, but yet sip fuel at a rate of 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers. But the truth is, if you drive this car in anything even resembling a sporty way, you'll see a figure closer to the 9 liters per 100 mark. And it's difficult not to try squeeze a bit of performance enjoyment into your daily commute while driving the GTC. The looks of this car have an effect on your subconscious, and you find yourself putting your foot down fairly regularly. That doesn't mean you're rewarded with great performance. The GTC has got good power when you need it, but it's not about outgunning anything that pulls up next to you. It's more slow and steady. The turbo delivers almost all the way to the red line, but it's in a calm and linear way without having to smash your way through the gearbox. And it is a good gearbox. We spent some time on the open road during our test of the Astra GTC, and the 6-speed manual with its decent action and nice ratios makes sure that getting the best out of the engine is a very easy thing to achieve. Getting back to that sportiness that Opel was talking about, the ride more than measures up. The grip is impressive and there is accurate turn-in, but it's let down by the steering, which feels like nothing really. If there was just a bit more meat in here, it would take this car from being enjoyable to being really involving. And an involving car is what this should be, especially given the looks. There's one telltale sign that the Opel have designed their GTC with everyday motoring in mind. It's comfortable. Very cleverly, despite the shape of the thing, there's more room inside than you'd expect. Even in the back, an average-sized person fits quite easily. Opel interiors are not my favorite for one particular reason. Too many buttons. Surely they can think of a more elegant solution than jamming a button for every individual function into a small center stack. It really is switchgear overkill, which is a pity because besides that, there's nothing to fault in here. The materials, good. The seats, very nice. The spec level, right up there. The red glow at night makes it all very upmarket, and things like seat heaters combine with everything else to make you feel very well taken care of. But the buttons. On the practical side, boot space is more than enough. As far as safety goes, it's got ABS with EBD, and if those don't help, airbags will explode on the driver and passenger side and from the roof. The Opel Astra GTC is a lot of things. It is very good looking, it's comfortable and it's surprisingly spacious, but it's not the most sporty coupe around. Its relaxed power delivery and over-assisted steering means it's more an everyday machine than a real performer. So if you're looking for real driving fun in a coupe package, best you ask the bank for a little bit more finance so you can buy yourself a VW Sirocco. The turbocharged 1600 engine is just adequate for a three-door that looks as overly sporty as the Astra GTC, especially when those looks are linked to great road manners. The result is a head-turning coupe that shows a lot of promise, including as far as space and comfort are concerned, but this Opel is crying out for more muscle.